four, three, two, one, ignition.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, boom, black top.
Alright, I'm Justin. This is my co-host Nick. And you can't understand this. So, alright. So, a little update from last episode when I had a gas leak and I was told it was cat piss. It was actually a rotten onion.
What?
It was a rotten onion. It was a bad
Dude,
vegetable. So,
wow.
yeah.
So, you got mixed up with both stuff.
Yeah, I can smell stuff. I just don't know what the smell is.
Oh, dude. Alright.
So, and then, like my water heater isn't working as well. So I'm taking like semi-cold showers, which is cool. You know, when it's like 50 degrees out. It's a lot of fun. You know.
Well, actually, it's pretty damn cold.
I know. I am using what is called sarcasm.
Oh.
So yeah, I know it sucks. 'Cause I'm basically, yeah, my showers aren't that hot as they should be. But other than that, my week has been going okay, I guess.
Oh, sure.
Just like any other week. It's like neutral, like it's not sad, nor is it happy. I'm just like in the middle,
Yeah.
How's your week going?
Pretty damn sweet.
What's so cool about it?
Well, I think on Monday my Switch came finally.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you said you got Mario Kart for it, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And also Rocket League for free.
Yeah, you downloaded Rocket League, which is everyone loves that game. That game and Fortnite. Those games are crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone loves those games. But anyways, one thing I wanted to talk about was so did you watch that video clip I sent you?
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. Okay. So, Pepe Le Pew, right? He's not going to be in Space Jam. They pulled them from Space Jam, right? He's not going to be in the movie. And just like probably everyone else, I jumped on the bandwagon and was like, I was like, why do you care what a cartoon does? Like he should be in the movie. Like it, like they said he represents like treating women not that great, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's like, that's stupid. Like they should still have him in the movie, it shouldn't matter what a cartoon does. But then I watched the clip and I was like, oh, that's way, way worse than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like I thought people were just being like overly sensitive and stuff. But then I watched the clip and I was like, all right, I can kind of see why my parents didn't want me to watch cable when I was a kid. Because of things like this. But so do you know why he was taken out of the movie?
No.
Do you understand
because he was kind of doing some crazy ass shit.
Okay, what crazy stuff?
I ain't telling you.
Why not?
Because I don't want to become a funny guy. Alright?
Yeah, but I want to make sure that you understand why they're not having him in the film.
Well, I understand, but I'm still not saying it
Okay,
because,
so in the clip that I had you watch, right, he was kissing a girl,
yeah,
and what was the girl doing?
trying to escape.
Yeah, she was trying to escape. Okay, so what does that tell you about the girl?
That was not his type.
Right, that she was not his type, right? But what was he doing?
I don't know.
Well, was he listening to her or was he not listening to her?
I don't think so.
You don't think he was listening to her?
No.
Okay. And that no, and you're totally right. That's why he wasn't put in the movie, because sometimes when kids or people see that type of behavior on TV, they think it's okay to do to women and girls,
Yeah.
which isn't okay, right?
Yeah.
So based off of people watching that cartoon, what behavior do they think is okay?
Well, just stay away from the crazy stuff, alright? Just like SpongeBob or the Loud House or whatever, but don't watch the crazy videos, okay?
Well, it's not a crazy video. So when people watch something like that, like when kids watch a guy on TV kissing a girl that doesn't really want to be kissed, then they might think that it's okay to kiss girls when they don't want to be kissed, right?
Yeah.
And that they should do whatever they want.
Yeah. That's not right.
Right, which is not right. So, after I saw the clip, I was like, oh, like my stance immediately changed. I was like, okay, I totally understand why they're taking him out of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So my stance changed. And then I started thinking about like the original characters of the Looney Tunes and what characters you think of when you think the Looney Tunes. Okay, so if I said, hey Nick, who's in the Looney Tunes? What characters would you say?
The Coyote and the Roadrunner.
The Coyote and the Roadrunner. Okay, what else? Who else?
Bugs
Bunny. Who else?
Daffy
Duck. All right, who else?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm trying to know the name of the video, but I can't, of the 90s ones, but I think there was a chicken one.
Are you talking about a chicken one? Oh yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. But there's also Elmer Fudd, right? There's so what made me think about it, I was like, who the fuck cares about Pepe Le Pew? Like when no one is pitching an idea in a Looney Tunes movie, and Pepe Le Pew is the first person. Like no one is ever doing that. Whenever someone goes, we gotta have a Looney Tunes movie, they're like, we gotta have Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Lola Bunny, Tasmanian Devil. We need Tweety Bird. Like they're gonna name everyone else, and then they're gonna name Pepe Le Pew last.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's normally who people think of.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
And then another character that had a change for Space Jam was Lola Bunny. Because
I thought she was in the video.
No, she's still gonna be in Space Jam, but her character is just gonna be redesigned, right? So when you think of Lola Bunny, what do you think of?
Well, I think Bugs and Lola is like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, okay, but what characteristics do you think of when you think of Lola Bunny?
I don't know.
Okay, well, most people would say that she's hot, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of like a word or yeah, a word that comes to mind. And so in the new movie, she is going to be not as desexualized, I guess is what people are saying, right?
Oh boy.
And they're like, we want to make her, I think, more independent. I think that was one of the words that was floating around. I'm not quite sure, but they wanted to make her like more independent and things like that.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, like, she was so independent in the first movie. She was, oh, and another word was strong. There's another word. I was like, she was totally independent and strong in the first movie, right? Like, she didn't take any crap that anyone gave her, right? So what people are changing is that she's no longer going to be wearing short shorts, and she's going to be wearing longer shorts, right? And I think she's going to be, like her clothes. Her clothes are no longer tight, right? They're going to be like more baggy. And
dang.
And like she's going to be wearing compression shorts. And I don't know, man. I think I can see the Pepe Le Pew thing. I can see that. I can see why people are upset about Pepe Le Pew. But when it comes to Lola, I can't get on board with them desexualizing her. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And then, so to steer away from Space Jam, I woke up one morning and I read that people are canceling Dr. Seuss. But that's not what's going on. I talked to my friend and he explained it to me, because I didn't really look it up. I just was reacting to what was going on the internet, and which I thought people were canceling Dr. Seuss because they didn't like certain books, which I thought was stupid. But my friend was like, no, that's not what's going on. Dr. Seuss, they were like, hey, we're not going to make these like 6 books anymore because some of the way that the books portray certain people is hurtful. So we're not going to make them anymore. So instead of Dr. Seuss being canceled, Dr. Seuss, the family, I think the family owns the rights, right? And they own the publications and stuff like that. The family is doing the right decision and discontinuing those 3 books. Now they're just not going to make them anymore. I mean, the books that are sold are already out there. There's nothing they can do about that. Right? But they're just not going to make these 6 books because the way that they portray certain people is hurtful.
Oh.
They portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. And here are the titles of the books. And to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. There's one book. If I Ran the Zoo. That's another book. McElligot's Pool. On Beyond Zebra. Scrambled Egg Super. And The Cat's Quizzer. They're going to stop making those books. But anyways, so those were the things that I was corrected on. And I thought it was interesting. And I wanted to get your point. I don't know about the Dr. Seuss because I don't know how much you read those books. But I just wanted to get your point of view on Pepe Le Pew and Space Jam. And I just wanted to make sure you understood why he was being canceled.
Oh, all right.
And it seems like you understand what the character was doing in the cartoon, and that what he was portraying, isn't the best behavior towards women.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. But my biggest question is why did they stop the 90s shows?
why did they? You want to know why they stopped the '90s shows?
Yeah, all of them.
Well, their run is they ran their show. They it came to their shows came to an end. Their shows went on long enough and was like, all right, we don't want to make this show anymore because we want to move on to something else. Like what?
Yeah.
So what shows are you upset that they don't show
Well,
anymore?
Dragon Tales is one of them, and the other one was the Magic School Bus, and no one else. And that really pissed me off the most.
What?
The most one was Maya Miguel, because that show was the best hit, was the best one.
All right, say that again. Something Miguel.
Maya and Miguel.
Maya and Miguel, and these are
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite videos.
All right,
One of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah. So you don't like how Maya Miguel and the Magic School Bus and Dragon Tales went off the air.
Yeah.
All right, I can see that.
Yeah,
so
because those are like one of my go-to shows.
Okay. Have you seen the new Magic School Bus?
Yes.
Did you like those better, or were they worse than the original?
Well, they actually did not rock as the old ones.
So that is part of the reason why people end their shows and they don't really revive them. Because a lot of times when shows end, like the Magic School Bus did, then people are like, all right, let's just leave it. Because if we bring it back like they did, they made a new Magic School Bus. It wasn't as good, right?
Yeah.
And so if the show isn't as good, you kind of ruin the image of the original Magic School Bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So what was another, let's see, what was okay, so like another show that people loved that I've heard that they may make a new version of is the Rugrats. Right?
Oh god, yeah. They made All Grown Up. They made like All Grown Up. That was the total. The Rugrats was the best. And the movies were like so rocking. Like I can watch those like meal by meal.
Right, but what if the new Rugrats isn't good as the old Rugrats?
Shit. That will be bad on us.
Yeah, right. So I mean, that's kind of why people don't really want to revive shows,
Yeah.
Because haven't you seen a movie where they made one which was really good, and then they made a reboot of that show or that movie, and you're like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah. Totally.
So what movie was it?
Well, it was a kind of a challenging one. It was like the Scooby-Doo movies. I like the cartoon one better than the live action.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's how. So you know how we watched Mulan?
Yeah.
Right. So there's a cartoon version and then there's a live action version. You know how Disney is making a lot of cartoon versions into live action movies, right?
Yeah.
And the people that grew up with the live action or with the cartoon versions of the movie, they typically don't like the live action version of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So all the live actions that I've seen The Jungle Book, I've seen Aladdin, I've seen The Lion King, I've seen Mulan. You know, we watched it together. Um,
Yeah. The Lion King both ways I like.
you liked them?
Yeah.
See, so for me, I feel like when people make a live,
Because, you know why?
why?
Because I really love the Lion King, so that's why I was kind of like debating. Like when I was like in Vegas, and it was like, and they were coming out, and I was like, I don't like this video, but when I watched, it, I was like, damn it, I really liked it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Uh,
it's like really, I was like, what the hell did I pack this shit up? It's just gone for it.
so what I was saying, Nick, is a lot of people that grew up with the cartoons don't like live actions, right?
Yeah.
So like all the live actions that I've seen, I haven't really liked, right?
Oh,
And it may be because they were bad, but I'm not. I have a feeling it's because I grew up with the cartoons, so automatically right there, I'm gonna not like the, you know, not think the live action isn't as good. I'm
yeah.
not saying that it sucked. I'm just saying it. I sort of automatically know that I'm not gonna like it. You know, I'm not gonna think it's as good as a cartoon.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just uh
But
thought,
the long one, it was the one laying on me.
I mean, it was okay. You know, to me, it was on par of all live actions. You know,
Yeah,
which I mean, I would say they're good. They're not great or anything, but they're
yeah,
decent. Um,
yeah. But the one thing I did not like from the live action, and spoiler alert, they did not play, they did not sing any of those songs.
oh
So
yeah,
that kind of got me pissed.
they didn't sing. They didn't sing. Well, okay, so the songs they played songs, but they played the instrumental version of the songs
Yeah,
in Mulan. They didn't.
yeah,
It wasn't a musical like the first Mulan was.
yeah.
One movie that I just thought of that I hope they do not make a live action of is The Emperor's New Groove. I
Yeah,
real
that's going to be tough to
No, I
do.
hope they don't. 'Cause there's no way they're gonna ruin that. They're gonna ruin the image of that movie if they make a live action. It's gonna be the worst thing to ever come out.
Yeah, that will be like bad for both of us.
Yeah.
Don't be bad out of hell.
Hey Nick, have you ever watched a movie when you were a kid, and then later watched it as an adult, and you were like, I don't remember it. I thought it was good, and then you know, when you watched it again, you were like, that movie kind of sucked, and so it ruined the idea of it like ruined the idea of your childhood watching that movie.
Well, there was one that almost broke out of that out of hell. There was one almost broke out on me. Like that out of hell. It was I can't remember the name, but it was
What was it about?
it was a boat kind, like
There's a boat.
like yeah. I forgot the name.
There's a boat in the movie.
There was the it was about this one boat going to a volcano to save somebody. No, actually, no, that was the best one. The one that really almost screwed me up, almost, was, I think it was like Kim Possible, the live action, was screw me over.
Oh man, they made a live action Kim Possible.
Yeah, the really, split up my meal.
I can see that. Why would they do that?
I don't know. And also, Shrek, they should have that shit alone.
They
They
did.
should come out with all four. They should have one and stick with one.
They should have just kept it with one Shrek.
Yeah. But they had to do the whole freaking series. And I was like, oh my freaking god, you dumbass. Don't do this.
Yeah.
But there was one more that I really liked, but it was like, there was one more, but I think there was some. Thomas was okay. Thomas was the best in my news, in my time, but there was one that I don't even, but there was one game that I did not like that they should have not ever make.
One game?
Yeah, they should never make at all.
What game is that?
It was the Elmo game.
Ammo game?
No, Elmo from Sesame Street.
Oh, the Elmo game. What's it on?
It's on the DS on the Switch, and I'm okay, but it's on the Nintendo 64.
They didn't. Well, yeah. I mean, of course they're gonna make an Elmo game. So I'm sure they just made it. They thought it was gonna be good, because they were like, Nintendo 64. That's a kids system, right? So they made an Elmo game, and it, probably didn't do that well, and that's why they haven't made any more. They made an ET game for the N60, or I think it was for. Shit, was it? It was for the Atari, I think. And it did horrible. Horrible. I watched this documentary on Netflix called like High Score or something. And this guy, they went up to him. They were like, hey, you got to make this game in like 6 weeks. I think it was 6 weeks. Because they wanted the game to come out the same time as the movie. Right?
Oh,
so this guy, I think it was only one guy. I'm not sure. I'm not totally positive on that. So he crams. Basically, he just works nonstop for 6 weeks, and he finishes it, but it sucks. And they say that it was the game that almost destroyed video games, I think. I think that was what they said about it. Because it was a very, very bad game. And it flopped very big. Like, a lot of stores bought it thinking that it would fly off shelves. And it didn't. Because it sucked. I mean, I didn't play it, so I don't know. But, yeah. It just wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But let's see, what a movie for me that I watched when I was young, and then later watched it, was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like when I was young, I was like, "Whoa, this is a cool movie," and then I watched it later on, and I was like, "What the fuck was I thinking? How did I think that this was a good movie?"
Yeah. Yeah, I never watched Cinderella because that really got me really upset when I watched like 5 minutes of it. It's like, nope, screw this.
You got what made you upset about Cinderella?
Well, it's about her stepmother.
Okay,
that reminds me of my birth mom and my grandma.
All right, I get that.
And my life history.
Yeah.
So it's like, nope.
Which movie? Or is it all of them?
was just the first one, and they showed it on TV, and it was like, oh, this is like a movie, but then I got into like watching movies, like, screw this, hey, watching.
Well, what I mean by which one was I mean, was it the cartoon one, or was
Yeah,
it was
it
the
was
cartoon
the
one?
cartoon one.
Okay, because I've seen like two. I've seen there are tons of versions of Cinderella out there. Um,
Yeah.
I've seen one, the cartoon one. I've seen that one, and then I've also seen uh the one with Hilary Duff.
Oh, dang.
And then I think those were the only two that I've seen.
Yeah, I like the Holy Dove one, but I did not like the cartoon one.
Well, I mean, all of the movies have a stepmom, right?
Oh shit.
Like
Sounds,
Cinderella had Hilary Duff. She had a stepmom and sisters and stuff, and they didn't treat her well. I mean, the stepmom, having the stepmom and the twins, that's a big part of the show. So if they took away the stepmom and the twins, there'd be nothing, like, Cinderella wouldn't really be the story that it is, because it's all about, it's a message about a family basically treating a daughter like shit, and then, a prince comes along and wants to marry her or whatever, So the message is like even if people don't see the value in you, other people will, right? Because the step-parents, or the stepmom and the sisters didn't really see the value in Cinderella, and they thought that they just didn't like her, right? They didn't see the value in her, but yet the prince saw the value in her, right? The prince liked her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the message that I got. I mean, everyone can get different messages. So, that was a message that I got.
Yeah.
Nick,
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, what is a movie that you like the message of? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally, I get it. But the one I really liked was Thomas the Tank Engine.
Okay.
Or because, well, it's all about great timing, pretty much. And make your own time and make your own schedule on what's going on.
So you like Thomas the Train because it teaches people to be on time.
Yeah.
Okay. I get that, and that they shouldn't be late.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Nick, let's say you have a job. Let's say you have a job that starts at 9 a.m. When do you think you should get there?
Well, probably like 8 at the most, 8 a.m.
8 a.m.? You think that if you have a job that starts at 9 a.m., you should get there at 8 a.m.?
Yeah, just be safe.
Damn, dude, you're gonna be employee of the month for like 5 years straight. So, what they recommend is that if you have a job that's at 9 o'clock, they recommend that you get there 15 minutes early, which would be at 8:45, right?
Yeah.
Now,
to me, I like to be there by like 3 a.m. so I can just get in, put my stuff down, and go straight to work.
wait, so did you just say you want to get there by 3 a.m.?
Just to be extra early.
Dude, that's 6 hours before you have to work. That's like extra times 5.
Oh my!
You will when you get there and no one's there because it's so early.
and that's true.
But
Because of my old job, I got up by, I had to be up by 8, but sometimes I got up by 9.
okay.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, that's not up to you. Well, so there are two reasons I would say. All right. So when I lived with you, I feel like you had a problem. Like the bus had to wait for you a lot,
Yeah.
right? So if the bus had to wait for you a lot, do you think you were on time, or do you think that you were making other people late?
Well, I don't know, but I don't know. Really, it's
Well,
like when I was walking, I made some people late.
yeah, so like I mean, so I think that you could maybe possibly use some improvement to being on time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But also on the other end, if you didn't make the bus wait and you were late, then I would say that would be on the bus driver, right?
yeah, yeah,
Because he's in charge of getting you to work on time.
yeah. Or school.
Or school. You're right, or school. Or but it also could depend on traffic, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I know it's not the most popular, or I mean it's the most popular excuse and people don't believe it, but sometimes it does happen and traffic does mess you up.
yeah, yeah. And also, there was one time when I had to, like, there were a couple of times I had to go to work and they didn't show up at all.
You didn't show up?
No, they didn't show up to my house. They always, like,
Oh,
cancel on us, like,
yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah, well, do you use dial ride? What do you use?
Well, it's,
Oh,
I was using MPM,
okay, so it's
and some of those guys cancel on me without even telling me.
yeah. So it's NPM. Who like is that part of was that part of OV? Was that part of school? Who was
Well,
who?
that was part of that was part of um the that was I don't know, but it made it late to my job.
Yeah, well, a lot of kids that go to my center, the center that I work at, like they're late because of dial ride or you know
Yeah.
something happened and they're just it's yeah.
Well, they were saying like, "Oh, I live too far." It's like, no, I don't live too far. You're just too far away from us.
Well, I mean, that could possibly mean that you live too far. But also, dial ride is sometimes just stupid, right? And
Yeah,
they don't communicate well, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, it's just one of the things that you have to be flexible with, right?
Well,
And
yeah, but I could also walk to work if
yeah,
I wanted to.
right, right. But I mean, in Vegas, uh when you're going to the location in Henderson, yeah, you're right. You could have walked to work because you lived really close to work,
Yeah.
right? But when you're in Henderson and you have to go to the Buffalo location, that won't fly
Well, actually,
because that's
that was only no, they did it more times in a row at the what was it? Not the thrift store, but at the Okie.
okay. But I mean,
I
when
only went to work like once or twice a week. It's like, no, if I have to go to work every day, get me now. Don't just sit around and do nothing.
are you done talking now?
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't. Sometimes you can be picky, and sometimes you can't. you know?
Yeah.
And when you can't be picky, like with Dalride, sometimes Dalride is the only thing that you can rely on, you know? Those are times where you have to kind of be sort of flexible with their schedule, right? And you have to
Yeah.
wait.
Well,
And that's
if I didn't show up from like all the time.
yeah, well, see, that's what I mean. You got to be flexible, right? You either have to wait or well, I don't know why I said or, but you have to wait, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, that's one thing that you're really good at is being flexible with certain things like that.
Not always.
Well, yeah, not always. No, I definitely remember where like you just flip the fuck out because the bus driver isn't there.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay, what are you gonna do? You gonna yell? Let me know how that goes for you. Keep yelling, just keep yelling, and let me know if the bus gets here faster, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you know, things that some people have to realize is that they have to realize like what is out of their control, you know?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things is the actions of other people, right? Like there are a bunch of people that get in arguments online and all this stuff, and it's like, why? What's the benefit of having an argument online? Are you really gonna change their mind? No, you're not gonna change their mind. You know,
Oh, man.
like I mean, I've had ex-girlfriends like they've wanted to talk and stuff, and I'm like, why? There's no benefit to us talking ever again. We're not. I don't want to get back together with you. So there. Why is it? I don't want to talk to you because it's just gonna be a waste of time. You know, we're just gonna talk, and we're just gonna be exactly where we were when we started our talk, which is
Yeah.
still broken up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I want to get back together with you and you want to talk, okay, then there's a benefit of talking, right? But
Yeah.
other than that, I don't care. You know, like when, you know, people start all these political arguments online and it's like, why? No one's gonna change each other's mind, you know? Like
Yeah.
there was Joe Rogan said video games are stupid, they're a waste of time, and then there are all these video game streamers that made videos on how like hurt their feelings were, and it's like, why? Like, what is that gonna do? You think Joe Rogan is gonna call you up and be like, "Oh man, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your precious little feelings."
Wow.
He would
Well,
never do that. He doesn't he doesn't care what you think. Why do you care so much? Don't give other people's words power. You know, that's what we were taught, but yet it seems like we didn't teach other people or something like that or something. I don't know. So now people are like, oh, I'm going to give this word that has a millimeter of power, and then I'm going to give it so much power, it's going to control my life.
Oh, dude, there was somebody in high school that
Yeah.
was doing that to me.
Well, no, see, okay,
Dude,
let me stop you right there, Nick. Well, actually, let me ask, what did he do?
what did she do?
What did
Well,
she do?
Well, the crazy stuff was, like, I know this story sounds really crazy, but, when I was, like, in that high school, this one girl wanted to kiss me, like, out of nowhere.
Oh my God,
Just
the
out of the
girl wanted to
blue.
kiss you. Oh, jeez, you poor thing.
So I'm like, no, I don't know you. Like, what the hell do you think I am? Some kind of crazy cat?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
So okay, so she wanted to kiss you and you didn't want to kiss her.
Yeah.
did she say anything that hurt your
No, she just scared. I was like, yo, back off. I don't
okay.
know you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that's what maybe she watched Pepe Le Pew and was like, I'm just gonna kiss guys even if they don't want me to, you know?
Plus, also, she wanted to be my girlfriend. I was like, really? This is how you're going to put the shit on me? Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spank or anything, but I'm trying, like, told to, like, find somebody new.
You wanted to find a new friend?
Well, no, I already had a girlfriend back then.
Oh. Yeah. Well, you did the right
So,
thing.
well, actually, I did the opposite of that.
Yeah, you did the
I,
opposite. Wait.
yeah,
No, the right thing is you said no. But you're saying
yeah,
you did the opposite of that. So are you saying that you made out with her?
yeah, by mistake. I was like, crap.
Okay.
That's just
Which girlfriend was this here or was it in Vegas?
Tucson.
Okay, it was in Tucson. Okay, well, I
And
mean,
then in 2008,
okay. Well, I mean,
first year of high school, that shit started to go down.
yeah,
And you know, they went downhill like in the past.
yeah,
Then got bring up, then it got bring down, and I was like, oh, you freaking roller coaster.
yeah.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
Well, what you're not supposed to do is kiss other girls when you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but that's what wanted me to cheat on my ex-girlfriend.
well, I mean, you kissed her, so I mean that's kind of cheating. But the one thing I will say is that everyone gets put into awkward situations, you know?
Yeah,
And so that's
yeah,
part of the reason why like I don't really hang out with like certain people anymore, you know?
yeah,
Because I'm not the best at saying no. So instead of putting myself in a situation where I have to say no, I just don't hang out with that person, right? All right, so an example would be 2 weeks ago when you went to the park, right?
yeah,
And you helped out, you helped some people out, right? And you got in trouble for it, right?
yeah,
And I know that your intentions were good, right? You wanted to help people out,
yeah,
right? So maybe um, next time you go to the park, maybe you may want to stay away from people and just be by yourself. Because when you approach people and they ask for help, then you're going to want to say no, which I know you don't want to do because you like helping people.
yeah,
Either that or you could just not go to the park at all. Because if you don't go to the park in the first place, then you won't see people and then you won't feel the need to approach them. And then, they won't ask you something. And then you won't even have to say no because you won't even go to the park in the first place.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But, I don't even know what we
Yeah,
were talking about. We were talking about words giving you power. And then we started talking about going to the park.
yeah, yeah. In
Um,
school and work.
and school and
So
work.
it's lost our place.
No, that's all right. I'd rather lose our place by talking than not saying anything at all. Because
Okay, yeah,
we're trying to stay
yeah,
on topic.
yeah,
Let's see. I asked you about what movie you liked with the message, and you said Thomas the Train because it teaches you to be on time, right?
yeah.
Mine is Cars. So I have two. I have Cars and Kung Fu Panda. And the meaning that I love behind Cars is that everyone needs to slow down, no matter
Yeah.
what their job is, no matter whether they're a celebrity or not. Like everyone, so Mater is what Mater does, right? He sort of tells Lightning McQueen to be like, hey, slow down. You're in the fast lane. Just come over here in the slow lane for a while. Enjoy life. You can do the shit you want to do, but just enjoy life. You have to enjoy family. What is it? Stop and smell the roses or whatever.
No, I think it was like, I don't remember.
Yeah, stop and smell the roses or flowers, right?
I
So,
thought it was coffee.
no. Well, I mean, it's not about, for me, it's kind of like, I mean, that's my metaphor is, a lot of people are like, stop and smell the roses. It's a small thing and all that. For me, yeah, my metaphor is people relate coffee to on the go. Go, go,
Yeah.
go. They relate coffee to energy, which I get
Yeah.
it because coffee gives you energy and keeps you awake, right? But
Yeah.
for me, I think that people should get outside of their car, go inside and get coffee, and sit down for like 30 minutes and just enjoy drinking your coffee, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
your day, I feel like, well, my day is so much like easier. It's easy going. Like when I just sit there drinking my coffee, I think about stuff, right? I think
Yeah.
about the little things, and you just stop and take a breather. And I feel like that's what a lot of people need, but because of they relate coffee to energy, they want to go through a drive-through, right, and get their coffee and then go straight to work or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so that was my.
But me, well, it's like, I'm always a chill guy, but when I'm having a date, I always feel like I want to just go there right now.
Well, yeah.
I couldn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's something that you have that where you get excited about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so you've been helping me do yard work, and you called me today, and you're like, I can't wait till Sunday because that's when I come over. And I'm like, dude, that's a week away. Like you were really excited when you called
Yeah.
me, and it's you know
Yeah, because I have ball of allergies.
yeah, and so I mean, and that's okay unless you want to work on that, but that's totally fine
Yeah.
that you have that.
Yeah.
And then also the other movie was Kung Fu Panda, right? I love
So
the
let me guess, you want to learn Kung Fu.
No, I don't want to learn Kung Fu. What I love about the movie, and I hate how this movie is animated because people relate animated movies to like, oh, it's for children. I'm not going to watch it. And I hate that because I feel like this movie needs to be watched by almost every adult out there. Because it's all about like finding inner peace and accepting who you are, right?
Yeah.
So,
But
in the
to
first.
me, can I say something?
No, you can't. Absolutely not.
So in this video that in Kung Fu Panda that I like, it's about inner peace that kind of like helps the planet to
Yeah.
like
What do you mean it helps the
to
planet?
well because if you think about like piece of the world, it can actually, if you just slow down a little bit, you can actually like see everything instead of like going like out of control.
Yeah. My favorite scene in the first one is when Poe fights I don't know, the tiger. What's his name? Not Tigress, but the bad guy. But anyway, so they fight, And before they fight over the dragon's
Shinka.
Shinka?
Something like that. I
Shinka?
think so.
Okay.
Look it up. I don't know.
But anyway, so they're fighting, and they're fighting over the dragon skull because the dragon skull has the secret ingredients to the dragon warrior, right?
Yeah.
And so Shinkra, I'll look it up. The tiger guy finally gets the scroll, right?
Yeah.
And opens it up. Do you remember what's in the scroll?
Nothing.
Exactly, nothing. It's a mirror.
It's a freaking hell. Now I was going to say.
It's a reflection, and so the tiger is looking at himself, right? And goes,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Where's the secret ingredients, right?
Yeah.
And do you remember what the secret ingredients is?
Nothing. It's all about self-control.
Exactly. There's no secret ingredient, and the reason why he's looking at his reflection is that you need to believe in yourself, right?
Yeah.
There's no secret ingredient to life. It's all about you and what you do, right, to control your life. And that I feel like a lot of people need to know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because they want to take a shortcut, right? Or they want this to happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen that. I'm sorry. I'm looking it up. That's why I'm slowing down.
Yeah. Also, no piece in the video that I like. There was one clip that I like, but I forgot what it was. But I remember the catchphrase really fast, right now. Like right now. It was I couldn't remember, I kind of forgot, but leave it in the comments if you know it. Alright?
Are you talking
So
about?
it's like,
Are you talking about skadoosh?
no, it's something different. It's from Hot Wheels that I like.
All right. Well, yeah.
It's
I was talking about. I thought you were talking about like the tagline or something, catchphrase in Kung Fu Panda, because that's what we were talking about, not Hot Wheels.
No. That is a really cool one because it's all about like if you're going too fast, you gotta slow yourself down a little bit just to like catch up on yourself and just be who you are without going out of control.
All right, so Hot Wheels catchphrase. By the way,
No, that's just my way of it.
Oh, that's not even a real thing?
It's my way, man.
So it's your way. Why are you're telling people to comment in this section on this whatever you're telling people to comment if they know the catchphrase, but the catchphrase is the catchphrase that you made
joking,
up.
Man. Jeez.
Stop! You're not joking. That's what you say. That's what you say when you get cornered. By the way, the tiger's name is Tai Lung.
I was saying, I was close.
No, you weren't. You said something Shaw.
Oh wait, I'm like thinking about a couple of movies.
Yeah, are you talking about Shaw and Hobbs or Hobbs and Shaw or whatever?
I think so.
Oh, those movies are not even close to being relatable. One's animated and about animals, and the other is about The Rock and Jason Statham beating the shit out of people. Look at that. Hunter heard me talking about animals, and now he's barking. He can hear me. It's a miracle. He can hear me. I cured your deaf dog.
No, he can't. He's barking at my dad.
Nah, he's barking at me.
Nope, my dad.
No.
But don't you know, Catholic, that like in The Lion King, Mufasa and Simba were sitting at the top, alright,
Yeah.
of the rock, and
Yep.
they like look around to see what you can see. So if you can like just do that, you can also like see the whole world from a different point of view
Are you
as well.
are you talking about whatever you see we own?
I think so.
Okay. One quote that everyone should go by is, people say their best quotes and all this crap because everyone's philosophical when whatever is do unto others as you want others to do unto you, which is basically treat others the way that you should be treated. And they feel like all
Yeah.
quote that sums up all quotes. Like you could come up
Yeah.
with other quotes, but somehow it's going to relate to treat others the same way you want to be treated, right?
Yeah. So comment down below if that's if you do that.
If they do what?
Do what you just said like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, well, I mean, I think everyone, I think people try and do that, but I also think people forget, and
Yeah.
so they stop treating people the same way they want to be treated. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that there's a lot of stuff that people forget about, and treating others the same way you want to be treated, I feel like is up there.
Yeah.
People forget to do that,
Yeah.
and they, and then they just end up focusing on, who knows, I could be totally wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But anyways,
Yeah.
we gotta get out of here.
All right.
All right?
Cool.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later. All right.
All right.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.